At least 5 people, including 3 children, have died, with more than 15 injured after a building collapsed in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. The 4-story building collapsed in the night of Sunday to Monday in the city's Angre district. When firefighters continued to look for victims during the day, families waited anxiously to be updated on the fate of their loved ones. At the moment, my brother, his wife, 2 children and the maid are still unaccounted for. So 5 people are still in there, but we have no news so far. Those who were in the house went out through the different rooms. My daughter was the only one in the living room, the place where I go to when I come home tired, the couch I sleep on. That's where she was lying after she was done revising. According to multiple testimonies, the owner of the building had been alarmed on the risks. Tenants told local media they found cracks. Ivorian Prime Minister said an investigation would be opened. The incident comes just a week after another building under construction collapsed in another part of Abidjan, killing 7 people.
In Europe, the first qualifiers for the Champions League quarter-finals will be known tonight. Liverpool host the Italian side Inter Milan in England after winning the first leg 2-0. Jurgen Klopp's Reds will be relying on the African duo Mo Salah and Sadio Mane for a place in the quarter-finals of the competition.
That's a really good, really experienced team, and they don't come here as tourists. I know that. They want to chase the game, and that's what we want to do, because we are not a team who defends results or whatever, tries to get through somehow. We want to attack the game again, and yeah, let's see what we can get for it.
In the other match set for this evening, Austrian champions Salzburg will face German side Bayern for the second leg after having drawn 1-1 during the first leg. The Austrians will be relying on midfielders Mohamed Kamara of Mali and Samson Tijani of Nigeria, as well as attacking duo Junior Adamu, Karim Adeyemi.
Hundreds of protesters took to the streets of the Sudanese capital, Khartoum, on Monday. As they denounced the military coup of last October, security forces fired tear gas canisters towards them. Monday's rally was the latest in a string of protests over the takeover, which removed the civilian-led transitional government. Since then, a political way out of the crisis has not been found, and negotiations under the aegis of UN envoy remained unsuccessful. The ruling generals vowed to hand power to an elected government, promising elections next year. Despite a heavy security crackdown and an apparent lack of progress, demonstrators continue to rally, demanding an immediate return of civilian rule.
A group of Tanzanian students fleeing the conflict in Ukraine have arrived in Russia. The students were studying at Sumy State University in northeastern Ukraine when the fighting broke out. The city lies about 48 kilometers from the border with Russia.
The journey was tough because it involved both going by car and on foot. Yes. So we started our journey by car from our hostel in Sumy to somewhere where we dropped off. Then we started walking. Then in the middle of the journey we took another car to somewhere the last car that we traveled with, and we started again walking up to the border.
The group of 11 students were given shelter at the Kursk State Medical University in Russia while they await for help from the Tanzanian embassy.
Сегодня ночью прибыли 11 студентов Сумского университета.
11 students of Sumy University arrived at night, students from Tanzania. We welcomed them and took to the hostel number 4 of our university, the Kursk Medical University. They washed, changed clothes, we gave them food, provided a place to sleep and a thorough medical examination.
Организовали медицинский осмотр всех углубленный.
Many students, including large groups from India and Nigeria, continue to hide in Sumi, waiting for humanitarian corridors to be set up.
The Geneva-based Human Rights Council gathered on Monday. As the 49th regular session continued, the UN Human Rights Chief, Michelle Bachelet, updated the Council on the situation in Ethiopia. In the war-torn Tigray region, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights said the context had deteriorated in the past few months.
I am alarmed by the growing humanitarian crisis. Hostilities and insecurity continue to block the delivery of humanitarian supplies into Tigray by the Semera-Abala-Mekele road, which has not been accessible since 15 December last year.
The Office of the UN Commissioner received reports of wide-scale human rights violations and recorded cases of gang rapes, deaths in airstrike attacks, and severe damage to health facilities. If the Ethiopian parliament lifted wartime state of emergency last month, efforts continue in order to reach a ceasefire. In the meantime, an estimated 4 out of every 5 people in the Tigray region were food insecure, where half of pregnant and breastfeeding women were malnourished, according to the World Food Programme.